Welcome everybody to the Dome Gymnasium as the Bluefield University Rams take on the Kentucky Christian University Knights. This is Ethan Stinson, joined also by Jackson Bast for the broadcast. And definitely, Jackson, a matchup here for Bluefield, a very winnable game here as Kentucky Christian's 1-8 overall and 0-3 in conference play, while Bluefield University is 7-6 overall with 3-1 in the conference. So tell me, what stands out to you about these players, especially in Sotomayor and her performance last week?
Yeah, of course, Lauren Sotomayor is the player. Of course, she got Attacker of the Week, but she is the standout player for these last couple games. She really showed out against Johnson University and has just been on a roll since then. We saw her against Reinhardt and Point and being a big player for that team, of course, thanks to Bob Bread, who she was nominated and was able to win this award, along with Aubrey Watcott, who has just done a phenomenal job at the setter, one of the unsung heroes of the sport. And they can't do a lot of what they have without him. Of course, Bluefield having the stats very much in their favor with a 1.180 to Kentucky Christian's 0.86. As you guys can see on the screen, a lot of the stats that we would see back and forth. It seems that, Ethan, the stats are heavily in favor of the Bluefield Rams today.
Exactly, and now drawing off of that point, we have, for example, we have 4 players north of 20% in hitting percentage, while Kentucky Christian only has 1 player in Kristen Upshaw Mendoza, Jr., north of 20%. Additionally, we have more cumulative kills, Bluefield does, within Wells and Flores, more so than Upshaw, Mendoza, Johnson, and Holinsky combined.
This is, although this is what we say, a very winnable match, of course. The Knights coming in here tonight, losing 5 last matches, of course. They won 1 out of their last 9. And of course, that you could really account that to the fact that they had 2 tournaments canceled due to the COVID-19 virus, along with the match against Shawnee State. Right there, you usually get 4 at a tournament. So you have 9 matches that you've lost. They're probably going to end up being the team that has the most matches, but it did not go in their favor. And of course, they've only had 9 to our 13. But, like we said, this is a very normal match, but Bluefield cannot get a big head on them. They got a big head on them when they went against Bryan. They were up 2-0, ended up dropping the next 3 here at home. Not last Saturday, but the Saturday prior.
Yes, absolutely. And then also the last win was against Lincoln College, August 28th. So practically a month ago was the last time the Kentucky Christian Knights won a game, and also their only win in the season.
And that was at a tournament, wasn't it?
It was at a tournament in Lincoln, Illinois, at Lincoln College. So with that, looks like we're getting ready to start play. It's the first set of action. Bluefield to the right in the white jerseys, and KCU to the left in the red.
I'm excited, Ethan, aren't you?
Very excited, very pumped up. Let's see what we got awaiting as ball goes left to right. Flickinger, a senior, going first as she dribbles. Ball's up, and the first set has commenced. Here's Watcott, giving it to Flores. Watcott again for the kill. And easily like that, Aubrey Watcott getting a first kill of the game. 1-0 Bluefield University. And those are the kinds of plays you like right there, an overpass.
Definitely, but I have to commend Kentucky Christian just for right out the gate being able to save that ball.
Watcott for the serve. And Upshaw Mendoza getting it inbounds. It's now knotted up 1-1, and Upshaw Mendoza is a leader in kills on this KCU team as she comes up now to serve for the Knights. And she is a junior from San Antonio, Texas. As the ball goes up. And couldn't get a handle on it. Number 18, Grace Morris, couldn't get a grip. So now, with that free point, Bluefield now getting possession back, 2-1.
You ever been to the Alamo in San Antonio?
I don't believe so. As Flores gets that one up. And an ace for Flores. as Upshaw Mendoza dove into that but couldn't get to the ball in time. Pancake failed.
Pancake failed.
3-1 Bluefield. Here's Flores again. High ball. But a service error costs her. And it also costs a possession. 3-2. Bluefield only up by 1. The libero in her black jersey, Hannah Cron, for the serve. Here's Watcott. Going to Sotomayor and on the back line inside, 4-2.
Now, if KCU wants to win this match, they cannot let easy balls like that get by them every single time.
Easy balls like that, you know, it's a costly one. Georgia Lewis for the serve. Block. And Sotomayor once again for the kill. Second play in a row. Sotomayor, attacker of the week in week 4 of Bluefield University volleyball. Definitely player of the week that we will remember. Block, going back. Flores. Cron bumps. Here's Flores again to Watcott. Going over to Wells. Kept up. And the ball goes to Bluefield after 4 and no more, according, I believe, to the official. 4 touches and no more. You know the saying, after you touch the ball 4 times, you can't touch it again. It has to go over the net or it just doesn't count. 6-2 Bluefield. Kept up. Flores in the back. Woo-hoo. Nice play. Ball sails inbounds. Well, it was out of bounds, but it was touched. I beg the pardon of myself, as it's now 7-2. And a block easy from Wells. It's now an 8-2 ball game here at the Dome Gymnasium. Bluefield is up by 6, but they can't get a big head, Jackson.
No, we can't. We talked to Coach Gallimore a couple times about how they get in that position of getting a big head. They have a really great start, and sometimes they fumble after that.
Well, no stumbling blocks here as Flores gives it to Watcott. But sloppy from Grajeda. It's now an 8-4 game, or an 8-3, excuse me. Savannah Johnson, a freshman, a 5'10 freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, up for the serve. Lewis, Grajeda can't get on the ball.
You know, Ethan, you mentioned earlier that we didn't have a lot of people, but I can see some people are bustling in.
Yeah, some people are making their way into the Dome for this good matchup. Watcott, block, far end, number 26, Delaney Gilliland from Portsmouth, Ohio, a 5'11 junior as a middle blocker, playing on the right side tonight. It's 9-4, Bluefield University still in the lead, but the lead narrowing. Georgia Lewis to Watcott, and ball knocked out by Cron. Ball is the point, this rally, to Bluefield University. Sarah Dussey. As a timeout is now on the way, so we're going to read out some of our sponsors. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall, make your make your Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall, make your next event. Jackson, you take it.
Okay, make your next event special with Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall and come out on October 9th for the Mercer Mall Community Day as the Rams take on Bryan College at home at the East River Soccer Complex, women's and men's. Since 1989, Black Chargers has provided exceptional service to its clients. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. And I know sometimes we get a little caught up in our words and we have to just take a step back and breathe. And, you know, when they have to be written down sometimes, it's hard to read, and I can't blame you.
You know, we had to handwrite out our sponsors tonight. You know, sometimes can't even read our own handwriting as the clock is stopped. We thank all of our sponsors for their generous sponsorship this year as Ducey play resumes. Keeping it up, Georgia Lewis. Wells in the far corner, right on the corner. She knocked that one perfectly.
That was insane, and I know that the Knights had already deemed it out of bounds in their head, and that's what's going to cost them here today.
Yeah, 11-4. They like to. Bluefield likes to run those corner plays as Ducey gets it in for another one. On the far corner, Wells keeping it up to Lewis. Watcott to the right. Block from Jessica Wells on the inside, and that's going to be 12-4. 12-4, Bluefield up by 8. Ducey. Too hot on the voltage for Ducey, giving the ball back to KCU. Coming up now to serve is Ashlyn Funk, a freshman, a 5'8 freshman from Jackson, Wyoming. As the ball's up, Watcott. And a side out. Check that, he ruled it in favor of Bluefield University. As Cassidy Brown now comes to serve, 13-5. Almost looked like it sailed out there, but did not. And Cassidy Brown, no grip as she almost pancaked the floor, 13-6. In favor of the Bluefield University Rams, 7 points up. Anna Cruiser, freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, getting ready to serve. Watcott, Grajeda on the far end. And due to contact, Upshaw Mendoza wins another point for the KCU Knights. As possession goes back to them, so it goes back to Cruiser. It's up. And a failed block attempt from number 11, Flickinger, gives a free point to Bluefield as, you know, it got knocked out of the hand and downward, 14-7. Bluefield having double the score, count it double, KCU. Bluefield really on a roll right now, but again, cannot get to their heads.
Definitely as Hawkins makes that serve.
Ball sailed outside from Flickinger. So that's a 15-7 ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Ball's up. Unreturnable from Ashlyn Funk, 16-7. You know, right now, KCU's getting out of system. Making very erroneous plays, just like that one. More than 4 hits. Remember the rule, ladies and gentlemen, 4 and no more. Remember that. That's a golden rule of volleyball for the day. 17-7, Bluefield University. Sailing outside again from Upshaw Mendoza. Costly errors now put Bluefield up 18-7. We now have another timeout, so we're going to read another one of our sponsors here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. GigaBeam Networks provides internet at speeds faster than cable and DSL. The Rams go further with GigaBeam Networks. And my apologies before, I said 4 and no more. However, it is on the 4th try that the ball then is dead. So I guess it should be 3 and no more, but 4, well, then you got no more steam as the ball goes up. Blocked from Flores, easy. A battle there, a joust from Upshaw Mendoza to Flores gives it a 19-7 game. I haven't seen ever since I started broadcasting here, I have never seen Bluefield up by this many points before.
I think I saw it against the point game, but you could see that Upshaw Mendoza was not very happy with that call. I think they were trying to call it for touching her hair.
Yeah, and then, you know, that ref ain't back tonight, but if you look at it funny, you get yellow carded.
I remember that.
As the ball sails to the inside for, like I said, they want to call it out of bounds prematurely, but it goes right on the line. 20-7, Bluefield University. Cron has it up. Here's Watcott to Flores. A kill from Flores on the near side of the court. 21-7.
And we keep honing on it every single time. It's the fact that they're making these decisions in their head a little too early.
Yeah, instead of making and right there, a simple drop in. Number 11 did not see it coming in Flickinger. 22-7, 3 more points, and then this one is done for the first set. The ball's up. Flickinger to Upshaw Mendoza. Kept up. And a kill from Madison Miller, the junior from Duffield, Virginia.
That's 23-7. That's
23-7, man. Finally, a drop in from Upshaw Mendoza gives them another point on the board, but still, Bluefield is up by 15 points. He's better at math than I am here. Number 11, Flickinger, coming in to serve. Motioning forward to Watcott. And can't get to it in time. That was 28. Caitlin Helinski. It's now set point Jackson already, and this hasn't been seems like it hasn't been 20 minutes.
No, it hasn't. I know it seems like it, but it hasn't.
Kill from Upshaw Mendoza, 24-9. Still set point, ladies and gentlemen.
But this is something interesting. We don't see a lot of substitution coming in a lot of games. So a lot of these girls are going to see their first opportunity on the court, and they have to take advantage of it here tonight.
Upshaw Mendoza serves. And outside gives Bluefield University the set. So with that, we are now 25-9, which means Bluefield leads 1-0. So Jackson, do you have anything you want to add?
I do, actually, Ethan. So I had a quick interview that will be coming out later, not today, probably around Wednesday or Thursday, and I got to catch up with Stephanie Retzloff. So here's a sneak peek. Mm-hmm. You guys are going into a home stretch this week, of course. Mm-hmm. You guys are going into a home stretch this week, of course. You guys take on KCU tonight. Carolina University Bruins on Thursday, and Tennessee Wesleyan on Saturday. How do you guys feel going into those matches?
I feel very confident going into them. I know after our practices and how we have been playing that we are ready for this and that we are kind of unstoppable right now. So
definitely, of course, you guys shut out Point and Reinhardt this past weekend, which is absolutely insane. That was not Reinhardt returning AAC tournament champs. Mm-hmm. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel after those 2 wins?
We kind of felt on top of the world, not even gonna lie. All of us felt really good about that. And then also looking at the standing afterwards, we really I think that was really what showed us that we do have a fighting chance. We are an unstoppable team.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Dome Gymnasium. Just to give a brief recap, Bluefield University basically just very much predominated this first set, 25-9 against KCU, and now they lead 1-0 overall. We wanted to thank some of our sponsors. Duchess Dairy produces whole 2% chocolate milk and drinkable yogurt at their plant in the heart of Rural Retreat, Virginia. Duchess Dairy is the Rams' choice for milk. Since 1984, Swope Construction has been helping the two Virginias with innovative construction design. Swope Construction is a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. So going into this next set, Jackson, what do you think is important?
I think that if the Rams keep their stuff, I mean, they've got this in the bag, because what's the biggest thing about volleyball? It's a game of winning off of your opponent's mistakes. That's literally what it is. You either miss a ball or they miss a ball. That's what it comes down to. And if KCU wants to put something together, they have to minimize the amount of mistakes they make every set. But we saw multiple times where KCU missed the ball because, honestly, I think they were a little scared of it. There was a couple times where I saw them back away from the ball.
You can't be afraid of the ball. Just like, when you're swimming, you can't be afraid of the water, or else it's just going to be counterproductive.
I've never heard that saying before, Ethan, but yes, that actually makes a lot of sense. You can't go swimming, you're afraid of the water, as I will be taking over play for this set. We'll toss it back to Ethan for set number 3. Wow, Ethan, this is definitely an exciting, well, let's say a little exciting, a little anticlimactic, actually.
Yeah, especially, we came in sort of knowing statistically that Bluefield really outfavors KCU.
As we have Kirsten Palmboss, the Michigan native, up to serve.
Little pause in play.
As the real stars of our show, the sweat sweepers, they're always my favorite part of the match, especially since the men's basketball, or volleyball team does such a great job in helping everyone in the sports information department along with the upkeep here, thanks to Coach Alvarez and his men. As like I said, Kirsten Palmboss back to serve. Here's the right left. As that is a service error, first point goes to the Knights.
Definitely not a way you want to start out, but I will say, this is her first time on the court tonight, so probably has to get adjusted a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is her first time serving this game. She's been on here a couple times. Like I said, we have a ginormous lead as this serve comes from Cruiser. Set by Palmboss, blocked. Flores, hit by Sotomayor. Hit back over, Cassie Brown there. As it drops right over the net, but out of bounds. Second point goes to the Knights.
Again, definitely not a way you want to start things out. I mean, sure that was close, but precision is key into winning this next set, especially with all the substitutions.
Cassie Brown pancakes to get it up. Hit over, right to Lewis. Over by Flores. Point goes to the Knights for a double. Wow.
Don't want to touch that ball twice, and sometimes it's very subtle.
It's when you're setting it, sometimes you can barely tell as the serve comes from Cruiser once again. Right to Brown. Getting blocked by Flores. As it almost drops right in. Like I said, there's a couple of those times. As it hit up. Over by Flores. It drops right in. Nobody there to keep it. The Knights looked a little frustrated as they believed the ref had called that point early. And I think that's one of the few times where we see like a team almost make excuses as it doesn't go their way. You cannot let that happen while you're on the court. Flores back to serve.
That's just team bias. Everybody's got it.
I promise you guys we're not paying the refs for us to win.
Oh, please.
Set by Palmboss. Drops in. Wells not there to get it. Score 3-1. If you're just now joining us, the Bluefield University Rams lead sets 1-0, winning the first set 25-9, Ethan.
Yeah, but now it's 4-1, and I believe they can't get a big head in this stage either.
Flickinger, the serve. Pick up by Wells. Over to the libero. Flickinger, Upshaw. as the point goes to the Knights. Now, this is one of those spots that we've talked about constantly here on air about how they cannot get a big head. Winning a set 25-9 is absolutely superior, shows a lot of dominance. Another by Flickinger. Over by Sotomayor. Courtney, as it drops right in for her first kill of the match.
Yeah, they were a little bit out of system, but I think they're really trying to find that rhythm, especially with Watcott off of the court and trying out a new setter for this set.
Georgia Lewis, the Myrtle Beach native out of Myrtle Beach High School, serves. Crone, Flickinger, over by Palmboss, right in the corner, but deemed out of bounds. There's always that really thin line between the out of bounds and the free throw line. And I know it can confuse a couple people, as number 13, Upshaw Mendoza back to serve. Set by Palmboss. Over, right in the corner, point, Knights. Wow, Ethan, we really talked about how it is not the way you want to start this set.
Yeah, it's not the way, and guess what? It being out of system constantly like this, they, 1 point turns into 3 and 3 turns into 5, and before you know it, the set's over.
Upshaw Mendoza. Right to Flores. Sotomayor, out of bounds.
Very, very reckless side outs.
You're seeing, this is not the Bluefield team we saw in set number 1.
It is not, and it's very detrimental that they get it down.
There's a left-right. Drop over by Grajeda. Lewis there. Watcott, Wells, power. As it drops over, but a little too much. And another point goes on the board. The Knights now up 9-2 in set number 2, as there is now a timeout. We're going to thank a couple of our sponsors. Since 1984, Swope Construction has led the way in helping Virginia and West Virginia come up with innovative construction design. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. The Grind 103 Spring Treat looks to offer regional flavors while employing a unique culture. Catch the Coaches Show every Monday night at 7, exclusively at The Grind. Now available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, along with Beyond the Ram, where we take a deeper look at the life beyond the ramp, beyond the athlete here at Bluefield University. As I guys show you that clip about when I talked with Stephanie Retzloff about this team, and we talked a good bit about what it meant to the team to have 2 AAC players of the week. This is the first time we've had 2 AAC players of the week come the entire athletic department since we started this.
Absolutely, and as a side note, I believe Aubrey Watcott is checking back in.
I think we have rotated every starter back in for the rest of the
Yeah,
the
because
set.
I don't think Gallimore is happy with this lead that KCU has.
As Upshaw Mendoza is back to serve. Here's serve. Right to Flores. Right to Wells, and it drops right in. 9-3 now the score.
I think they're reestablishing their rhythm. I think getting the starters back in was key here.
Well, the KCU Knights had already scored the amount of points they scored in set number 1 here in set number 2. It was so by Dusty service error. Back to the Knights. Hannah Cron back to serve out of Auburn, Kentucky. Not the Auburn most people think about in Auburn, Alabama, with as that drops right in. Another point for the Knights.
And that was also a corner play. You can't be scared of the ball in the corner.
Coulter coming in. Cron back to serve. Right to Lewis. Watcott. They get by Grajeda. As it drops, but not over enough. Point Rams. Maybe this might be that lucky break
Yeah, and
that the Rams need here.
Also, the offense on the front line was a little bit disoriented as trying to pass laterally with so little room.
Cassie Brown back to serve. Right up, Sean Mendoza. Flickinger. Blocked. Flickinger again. Right to Brown. Cron under it. Well, Lewis not able to get under it. Another point goes to the Knights. The Rams need to put something together here, Ethan, if they want to end up winning this set.
Yeah, the Rams cannot be inconsistent. This is not the Rams we saw in the first set of play. Definitely not. I don't know if I jinxed them, but.
The right to Lewis. Coulter. Flickinger under it. Over by Cron. Grajeda drops right in. Pancake. And this hit right back over. As Coach Gallimore called for the double, and he got it. Getting another point on the board. Looking, Hawkins back to serve.
Bluefield's gotten break after break. Let's see if they make use of this one.
Allie Hawkins, the sophomore out of Branson, Missouri, from Branson High School. Upshot Mendoza. Inbounds, and it drops right in. We're having kind of a flip-flop here, Ethan. This is where the Rams took advantage of the KCU Knights, was letting them in the corners.
You can't be scared of the corner plays. You have to have someone back in those corners, preferably a libero, like, Lewis.
The Jackson, Wyoming native and funk as it's hit over. Sorry, Ethan. Service error.
These gifts keep coming, but the question is, are they going to capitalize on that gift like they did for the previous 4 times?
Watcott back to serve, and I don't know if you knew this, Ethan, but Aubrey Watcott and Lauren Sotomayor went to high school together and were high school teammates.
Oh, that's cool, as they both transferred in as juniors.
And Carly Connor, who is also a transfer in, went to the same community college as Aubrey Watcott, as that point goes to the Rams with the Knights not being able to make it over. Learned that yesterday from SID, Bob Run. Here's a serve from Watcott. Flickinger, a little too hard and in the corner, but the Rams are coming a little closer.
Yeah, the only thing is you can't be afraid of the ball, all right? Just like we said before, it's like a swimmer being afraid of water. You can't be afraid of that ball. You got to catch it. Or not catch it, but you got to, you have to be at it.
Greenwood Community College transfer for the serve. Sotomayor. Up by Lewis. Sotomayor. Flickinger. Upshaw Mendoza. Still not able to keep it up as a point goes to the Rams.
I saw some miscommunication between Cruiser and Flickinger to sort of tangle things up.
Leslie Flores back to serve, the South Charleston, Ohio native. Flickinger, upshot Mendoza, right to Flores. Back over by Courtney, hit a little too hard point.
Well, it went into Bluefield's favor.
It did?
The ref is either pointing in the wrong direction.
Well, they, I believe, are calling it a net violation if they did dub it in favor of the Rams.
Yeah, because the ref went the other way there, towards the Rams side of the court, and it's 15-8.
Ball goes back to the Rams. So, but yeah, ball goes back to the Rams as the Rams come within 5.
Reitzloff seems to be checking in.
Yeah, Reitzloff checking in. Yeah, I learned today that she's lived in 5 different states.
Awesome.
Now, currently living in Kentucky. Well, outside of being a student here. As everything, they let the dust settle, and Flores is back to serve.
Looks like they gave that point after all to KCU.
No, they gave it to Bluefield. Flickinger. Lewis. Flores. Flickinger over to Upshaw Mendoza. Wells not able to get there in time as the point goes to the Knights. The Knights still having a handedly lead of 6 here as Flickinger goes back to serve. Service error. Possession goes back to the Rams.
They're within 5 now, so they've been given the opportunity time and time again. I have said this before, and I will say it again. You know, capitalize on this. Trying to make something out of this play as Lewis comes.
There's a serve from Lewis. Flickinger. Big hit. As they're going to call it inbounds.
Corner play again.
You know, honestly, if I was in that position, I probably would have assumed the same. It was right on the line. But, of course, the point went to the Knights as Upshaw Mendoza goes back to serve. Walcott. Sotomayor blocked. Drops right in for another point in favor of the Rams.
I don't think the front line saw that one coming.
Now as Ducey goes back to serve. Here's a serve, right to Crone. Flickinger, Ducey there. Over by Watcott. Stopped at the line. Wells able to get it under of Shaw Mendoza. Watcott, Greta with a little bit power behind it as she gets the kill, now within 4, Ethan.
And they answered with a corner play, which is something we like to see up here in the booth.
Our makeshift booth, yes.
Makeshift, yeah. Just a countertop, but it does.
As that service error is going to cost the Rams another 5-point lead for the Knights as Cron goes back to serve. Right to Ducey. Wells, little too much power behind it. And we talked about that on Friday, Ethan, how the power of Wells and many of our power hitters has came to bite them in the butt with the fact that sometimes you just hit it a little too hard.
Exactly.
As there's another kill for Jessica Wells. That's the kind of power and the precision that we talk about when we talk about Wells and Flores.
And she slammed the ball more downward, and that's the key when you're on the front line.
Cassidy Brown back to serve. Right to Upshaw Mendoza. Over. Lewis able to keep it over. Almost all their girls were on one side of the court. Greta drops it in. Nobody there in time. Point Rams.
It got knocked over by Gilliland, and nobody was there to receive it right there in the back end.
Kentucky Christian is going to take a timeout as we thank a couple more of our sponsors. Gigabit Networks provide faster internet speeds as phone company DSL. Gigabeams Networks going further with the Rams. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall. Make your next event special Make your next events great with Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall Catering. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall, eat more chicken. Now, the Rams are at home 3 times this week, including tonight, as they take on Carolina University Bruins on Thursday and Tennessee Wesleyan on Saturday. The men's and women's soccer team will be in Laurinburg, North Carolina to take on the St. Andrew Knights at a doubleheader going on at 2 and 4:30 this Wednesday, along with the football team finally comes back after 2 weeks of away games, hoping to redeem themselves after a loss to, oh gosh, I could picture them. Well, they're going to be taking on Georgetown, number 9 in the country, this Saturday at Mitchell Stadium for Community Day. Please come on down and have a great time. I was told that you guys should all tailgate, enjoy yourselves, then come into the game. It'll be tons of fun as Cassidy Brown is back to serve. Right to Upshaw Mendoza, Flickinger, Cassidy Brown, Flores, Flickinger. Hit a little, I was going to say a little too hard, but it drops right in bounds. as the Knights go up 5. Back to serve, number 17, Savannah Johnson, the freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida, Bishop Kennedy alum. Ducey was not able to get under it just right as 20-14 now the score. Johnson back to serve once again, right to Lewis. Was dropped in by Flores. Blocked. Flores. Upshot Mendoza. Dropped in by Flickinger. Kept by Grajeda as it drops off the fingers of Johnson for a point for the Rams. Now coming within 5. 20-15 the score. Allie Hawkins back to serve. I'm sorry, Ethan, go ahead.
I also have to commend Grajeda because she had a close call there on the front line as she kept it alive.
She did. She's one of what we call our big 4, big 5 now, including Sotomayor, as Hawkins goes back and Cassie Brown is telling her something. Not sure what. Something good.
Looks like the sweepers are out again.
Of course. And they're the unsung heroes of the game.
So just like soccer, there's no slipping and sliding.
If only. I mean, I feel bad for the East River Soccer Complex. I know playing game after game is not super fun, especially on a dirt surface. We don't have turf here at the East River Soccer Complex, but we love the East River Soccer Complex. We love being under that amazing awning that sheltered us from the rain on Saturday night.
That was a mess.
That was a mess. As there's the serve, right to Crone. Flickinger, hit over, Walcott there. Flores. Brown able to save it. Hit over by Reitzloff. As it goes out of bounds, and the Rams come within 4. Hawkins back to serve once again.
This is probably the break they need, and like I said, they better take advantage of this thing.
I want to knock on wood, Ethan, as it's Flickinger. As it drops right in. Now 21-16 the score, and I think we should stop talking about breaks here on the air. Number 7, Ashlyn Funk, the Jackson, Wyoming native, went to Jackson Hall High School. Gets hit over. A little too much for a service there. Put the Rams back within 4. Watcott back to serve. I didn't say you couldn't talk at all. Just don't jinx us.
Oh, well, then you probably don't want to hear my comment after.
Yeah, probably not. As that's over by Watcott, drops right in off of the fingers of Upshaw Mendoza as the Rams come within 3.
As they all say, silence is golden.
As Watcott is back once again. Here's the serve. Flickinger, Upshaw Mendoza. Watcott, Flores, it trickles in. It's hit over, blocked. Watcott, Sotomayor, over to Crone, not able to get there in time as the head coach of the KCU Knights has to catch it. It's almost like when I was here, I can't remember what night it was. It was obviously a weekend because you weren't here with me, Ethan, but I had to catch the ball because the ball came actually at me.
Oh, just like in baseball when we had that ball coming at my face one time.
Yes, I definitely remember that. We were all shaken up, but you were shaken up the most. You almost fell out of your chair that night. That was
yeah, that was hilarious. Well, let's thank some more of our sponsors here.
Yes, since 1984, Swope Construction has led the way in helping Virginia and West Virginia with innovative construction design. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. Since 1989, Black Tie Charters has provided exceptional service to its clients. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. As we come into the home stretch, BU looking to win set number 2.
But they do trail by 2 at this point.
They do trail by 2, but that's much better than what we saw in a 9-2 start for the Rams here in set number 2. If you're just now joining us, the score 19-21 here in, or 21-19 here in set number 2. The Rams lead 1-0 as Watcott is back to serve. Flickinger, Upshaw Mendoza. Drops right in front of Crone for another kill for Leslie Flores and Ethan. I don't know if we got to talk about it at the beginning, but what did you say? You said that Flores was 8 behind Jessica Wells at the start of this game?
At the start, but I'm not sure about now.
Probably not. Flickinger, Upshaw Mendoza blocked. Crone trying to hit it over, but not able enough as the Rams tie it up 21-21 here in set number 2. Watcott back to serve.
Definitely resilience in this team. Just keep pressing on. That's a key thing.
Here's the serve. Flickinger, Upshaw Mendoza. Cassie Brown not able to get there in time. I'm not sure, Ethan, that may have actually gone out of bounds if she had not gone after it.
That could have put him ahead, too.
As number 2, Crusser back to serve, the Indianapolis native out of Greenwood Community College. Almost like the fictional Greendale Community College on the show Community. As that's Reitzloff. Reitzloff not there, able in time as the Knights go up 2 here in set number 3. 23-21. Crusser back to serve once again. But actually, we're going to take a quick timeout as we are also going to be taking a break here on and we're back here for the end of set number 2 as the Rams look to win it here. Only down by 2, but in the home stretch as Crusser is back to serve. And of course, our favorite men's volleyball player, the General.
Yeah, the General who lays down the law and builds the troops, right?
Uh-huh.
We'll see him in action this wintertime.
You can see Coach Gallimore not too excited about what's going on. As here's the serve from Crusser. Lewis. Apparently a little bit of communication error there. There's nobody there to get it, and it's match point Knights, or set point Knights.
Thank God it's not match point.
We're hoping it's not ever match point for the Knights as Crusser is up to serve. Here we go. Trickles in. They get from Sotomayor as that goes out of bounds. And the Knights win their first set here in set number 2. Ethan, that's very insane. As we're going to have to probably have a set number. Well, we're going to have a set number 4.
Yeah, it will take a minimum of 4 sets in order for Bluefield University to take the win. Coach Gallimore, I can visibly see, is not too happy with the performance of this crew in this set. Definitely not the same team we saw starting out in the game. And like I said before, and I will say it again, you know, they had opportunity after opportunity hone in on the giftings that they got from the side outs, but they didn't capitalize. And also, you know, thinking bigger picture here, they also I think they got a little bit of a big head. You know, they won the first set 25-9, and then well, they got a little bit, comfortable with that.
And we'll definitely be back with some more analysis after this quick break.
You say you have vision, but where's it taking you? Because true vision is seeing what could be, contending with the status quo. It's taking what shapes you and using it to shape the world. It's the higher calling from the one who calls you his own. The higher vision, where visionaries are made. It's taking the higher road to a higher education. It's about discovering what God's placed inside of you is exactly what you need. It's knowing that to lead is to serve. And a life poured out is a life full and meaningful. So go. Go beyond the normal. Go stronger than before. Go make your mark. Make your impact. Go further. You say you have vision.
All right. We're sorry for the technical difficulties, but with 51 ticks now before the start of set number 3, definitely we saw a lot of interesting plays from Bluefield University, but not good enough to win the set. They did come back a lot, but just like the Virginia Tech WVU game where, Virginia Tech really fought, but they couldn't get on top. Well, now we need 4 sets minimum for Bluefield University to totally sweep the floor with Kentucky Christian, as I believe all the starters, with the exception of Reitzloff, is back in. Wells is going to be out for this one, or as it seems right now. Ball left to right. Watcott. And a block. Back corner. Cassidy Brown could not get to it in time, and just like that, first point goes to KCU.
That's not how you want to start, Ethan.
Not at I hope we do not see deja vu of the first, the second set, but that one sails out of bounds from number 7. Oh, sorry.
No, I don't actually think Bluefield has gotten the first point on any of their sets.
Yeah, well, Ashland Funk sort of given the free gift to Bluefield as Watcott comes back to serve. Early on in set 3, it's a tied up 1-1 each in sets. Ball's up from Watcott. Cron giving it to Upshaw Mendoza. Lewis. Block. And the ball goes to KCU after more than 3 touches. 4, and then that's no more.
And to give you guys a little bit of an update on the AAC standings, Bluefield wins this. If Bluefield wins this one, they will probably go up to number 2 in the standings, as they will surpass St. Andrews, who is currently 4-11 on the season, but 4-0 in play.
Very barely not a side out as it went across the line, but now it's knotted up 2-2. As now Leslie Flores coming up to serve for the Bluefield University Rams. Ball's up. Pancake. Outside from Wells as she checked back into the contest. 3-2, Bluefield trails by 1. momentum coming in for KCU from the last set where they won 25-23, I believe. 25-21 or 3. Here's Sotomayor. Cron. Flores gives it to Watcott. Over to Wells and deflected right off of Funk.
That was a lot of power. One of our big power hitters in Wells. She's showing, although we don't see her too often on the court, she gets done.
And the ball sails inbounds on the corner. Flores not getting to it in time. 3-3 tied up. Now it's 4-3, KCU in the lead. Upshaw Mendoza back to serve for the KCU Knights in the red jerseys tonight with white numerals. Hannah Cron trying to pep up her team as the ref motions forward, ball left to right. Here's Watcott, giving it to Wells, and barely on the inside and the near side of the court, 4-4, as Wells for the kill on that one. Sarah Ducey coming up to serve, 4-4 tied ball game. Also tied ball game in terms of sets, 1-1 each. No, that was a late block from Wells, 5-4. Now for a very tough KCU team coming into this third half, or this this third set.
Yes, I don't know if that's how halves work, Ethan, but
yeah. As the ball goes to Bluefield University with an underplay of the net. 6-4. Ducey to serve for the Bluefield University Rams. Upshaw Mendoza keeping it up. Watcott to Wells. Kept alive. And a block from Watcott giving the what? Oh, well. Failed block on that one.
yeah, it was blocked and then curved a little bit, going out of bounds and in the favor of the Knights.
Bluefield up by 1. It's 6-5. Cron to serve in the black jersey. As that one also flies inbounds on the corner. The corner play seems to be what's favoring this game right now. 6-6, tie ball game. Cron back up to serve. It's up. Barely sailing past over the net. Wells killing the ball. Couldn't get to it in time from Flickinger, the senior from Richmond, Kentucky. Cassidy Brown coming back up to the serving position for BU as it's 7-6. Bluefield by 1. And not getting a hand on it, Emily Adkins doing some duties on the left side tonight. 8-6, Bluefield up. Dribbling the ball is Brown, up. Block from Watcott once again. 9-6, Bluefield on a roll here, but it can't get to their heads. Cannot get to the noggins. As now a timeout is called. Let's see some of our sponsors here as we take a little break. So the Grind, 103 Spring Street, looks to offer regional flavors while also employing a unique culture. Catch the Coaches Show every Monday night at 7. New on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and where you get your podcasts. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall. Make your next event great with Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall Catering. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall. Eat more chicken, as the cow says. Since 1989, Black Tie Charters has provided exceptional service to its clients. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. So definitely, Jackson, something to note here. I mean, Bluefield has really started capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. And like you said, the game of volleyball is really a character builder because it shows you your flaws, yet the other team's flaws.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say too much of the capitalization of our errors. I mean, yes, that's exactly what the game of volleyball is all about, but I think KCU has done a phenomenal job of doing the same for us. I know we had a lot of subs in the first half of that second set, and maybe that was a little costly, but the Rams still having a hand in the lead as Cassie Brown is up to serve.
Brown assumes the position to serve, dribbling it, spin, up. Block, not good. And a kill right there, overpass from Leslie Flores gives this a 10-6 ball game. Bluefield up by 4, and guess who comes back to serve? Cassidy Brown. Very, very good at serving for these first few plays. She dribbles a ball, waits for the ref's signal. Sweepers coming back in. Is that a broom or a mop? I always wonder. Anyway, Cassidy Brown up. Flickinger for the kill. Just like we saw with Flores, Flickinger sort of having that overpass feel, as now it's a 10-7 ball game. Ball going back to KCU Knights. Savannah Johnson, a freshman from Jacksonville, now serving the ball. Watcott. Flickinger. Lewis to Watcott. Flores, kill again. Couldn't get under it that time was the server, Savannah Johnson. So she basically was the one to start the play and end the play by pancaking and it falling to the ground. 11-7, Bluefield University. Coming in is Allie Hawkins. She's now up to serve.
Branson, Missouri native.
Branson, Missouri native.
It's got to be a drive. I know that from Alabama, it's about 9 to 10 hours, and we're a little farther out away from Alabama here, but.
Ball's up. Flickinger races, can't get to it. Bluefield now 12-7, definitely seeing some momentum here with the Rams as Hawkins comes back.
You're also seeing a lot of discombobulation on the Knights side like we saw in set 1.
Here's Watcott to Flickinger. Watcott again to Flores, far side, kept up. Watcott to Flores, Upshaw Mendoza pancake. Cron in the middle. Watcott, Flores again. Pancake from Dussey. Far corner. Racing after it, but can't get to it. Dussey tried to, last-ditch effort to knock the ball over, but cannot do it successfully. The ball hit the ground 12-8 in favor of the Rams. That's a long rally, Jackson.
Yeah, it was insane. You know, all that momentum going into that one play as it went in favor of the Knights.
Funk now getting a chance to serve. Ball moving left to right. As they sneeze, as the crowd picks up a little bit tonight. Upshaw Mendoza getting the kill barely on the inside, 12-9. We saw Upshaw Mendoza having a good hitting percentage in the statistics and also just a good amount of kills, averaging about 2 kills a set. Ball goes back up. Outside lopside, 12-10 now. Bluefield definitely getting some side outs, and narrowing the lead is KCU as they've kept their cool. Georgia Lewis to Watcott. Flores on a hitting error, giving it 12-11, a 1-point ball game. Jackson, this is not the way we should have the middle of our set.
Definitely not.
Flickinger to Upshaw Mendoza, outside, on barely outside. Lopsided on the far side of the court, 13-11 Bluefield University as Watcott comes to the serving position.
See, I'm torn though, because I was talking, when I talked with Reitsloff earlier today, she said that every time when they swept the Eagles, and they swept the Skyhawks, they were feeling like they were on top of the world. But I think I couldn't tell if it's going to be good for them to have noticed that they're, not unbeatable, or if they, as that point goes to the Knights, or if it's going to mess with them a little too much.
Well, Reitzloff definitely gave backwards progress and sort of miscommunicated that play as Cron comes. Correction, Cron does not come to serve. Checking in is Anna Cruiser from Indianapolis, Indiana. Very big city. Haven't never been to it, but 13-12, Bluefield by 1. Here's Watcott setting the ball up by Sotomayor. Flickinger to Upshaw Mendoza on the far side, blocked from Sotomayor, giving it a 14-12 ball game.
And that's one of those plays that the Rams need to take a hold of, like they did. And it's going to, and I do want to comment, I have been to Indianapolis. It's very pretty. If the family from Indianapolis is watching, it is a big city.
Georgia Lewis to Sotomayor. Couldn't get it. Backwards progress, flying out of 3 hands on the KCU team, including Hannah Cron, the libero. 15-12 in favor of the Rams. And now Flores back to serve, wearing the number 0. Barely getting over the net. Flores giving it to Watcott and Sotomayor. Overpass flying off the hands of Flickinger, and now it's a 16-12 game. Flores high ball. A kill right there, ricocheting off of a back from Reitzloff in the middle, right there, 17-12. Man, that was a very fast move.
Well, I think it had something to do with the fact that Flores threw it up 13 feet in the air before
Like
she started.
that one.
Yeah, like that one.
Ace right there from Leslie Flores in between Cron and Funk. Nobody got to it in time. Both of them pancake, miscommunication, as now they take another timeout. 18-12 on the board.
That is the Bluefield team that we have been seeing in these last 3 games, Ethan. That's the team that we need to have going into finishing this set and going into the next one, so they can finish this and get out of here before they have to play again on Thursday. But Ethan, I mean, that's the kind of excitement that we love here in the Dome. We've gotten so many more people coming in. I noticed people from the basketball team, the football team, and I know that the A.D. Walker's, and she's done a really good job of kind of putting it in our heads that we all need to be like a giant group. We have to constantly support each other, and that's how you uplift the program and the whole entire athletic department.
Absolutely, and you know what I mean? We thought it was going to be done in 3, we just to be honest, but you know what? I think that the Rams really took this moment of humility, especially in the second set, like you said. Hopefully this is a humbling moment for them to realize, hey, you have to work at the craft, you have to be consistent with the play, and you always have to be on top of your A game. Leslie Flores with those 13-foot in the air balls were just impeccable, and it was so substantial that nobody could get to it. As play resumes, there's another one of them, this time getting courted. Watcott, too hot. Hey, that rhymed. Watcott and too hot from Jessica Wells. 19-12. Not sure.
That point went in favor of the Rams.
Yeah, the ball, it seemed to have set outside, but it was a close call. So with that, Leslie Flores with another high ball probably.
So what Flickinger is currently doing is talking about how they thought it kind of like rolled out of bounds a little bit, but I think it's going to still go in favor of Bluefield.
And she did not get yellow carded this time, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think we should assume every ref is just like that one ref who
Yeah.
who had.
That's going to be in my head.
It was Reinhardt.
That's going to be in my head the rest of the season.
Yes, a young lady went up to the man, probably not even walking 2 feet towards him, and he flashed the yellow card like, I don't want to talk to you. Like,
Talk to the card.
talk to the card.
As Flickinger goes back up and sort of clarifies, not the result they want, as the score seems to stay the same on the board, 19-12.
Oh,
Well,
you jinxed it.
speak of the devil. Look at that. A yellow card for Flickinger. Not a way you need to get that set up. I'm not sure what's happening.
I can hear the KCU sideline. I can't tell if they're actually angry because they are yelling, but they're smiling while yelling. So,
Well,
Can't
they're
tell.
probably saying, you can't do that.
well,
Something like that.
probably not. I'm not sure. I don't know. But as the play resumes,
All right, play resumes. Flores up to serve. A yellow card just served a while ago to Flickinger as she hits it up. Upshaw Mendoza, but a block from Sotomayor. Once again, attacker of the week is at it again for the third game. 20-12 in favor of the Bluefield University Rams on top. Flores back to serve, 13 in the air. A small block from Wells. Not even any effort from KCU. 21-12. Such an impeccable performance thus far. Up by 9 points currently as Flores comes back for the, what is this, the 7th or 8th time in a row.
I'm so sorry to the headphone users who are listening to Ethan right now, as that was an extremely exciting moment here in set number 3.
Yeah, I do apologize. I can get too excited at times as that ball sails to the middle. Watcott giving it to Wells, and a sink in. Once again, the killer is at it again. No effort from the front line on KCU, 22-12, up by 10. This is the Bluefield University team that we have seen in the first set, and they have been resurrected, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, they have, Ethan, as Flores serves.
Here's Upshaw Mendoza. Sotomayor, but a block from Upshaw Mendoza breaks the rhythm. 22-13, but still a 9-point lead, a comfortable lead, but don't get too comfortable now. This is not the time to get comfortable. Flickinger back to serve for the KCU Knights. It's up. Watcott giving it to Wells. Cron returns. Upshaw Mendoza kills the ball. 22-14. Out of system for these last couple of plays has been the Bluefield University Rams. Definitely don't get too comfortable. You're about to win it, but you haven't won it yet. Finish it off. Here's Watcott. Middle. Outside as they raced after it from Wells. 22-15 this time. Flickinger back up on KCU to serve.
Knights are crawling forward.
Inch by inch, but you know how you eat an elephant one bite at a time. As that ball's up. And that time a kill couldn't get returned from Funk from, you guessed it, the killer herself, Wells. 23-15. Here's Georgia Lewis to Flickinger. Right side, Sotomayor once again. We have said her name a lot tonight. But the block, however, it was a close call. So 23-16, but definitely Sotomayor is great on that front line. 23-16. Sotomayor. Lopsided the ball. A premature block leads to a blocking from Gilliland. That's 23-17 on this one. 24-16, so this one is match point, or sorry, set point. We'd like it to be match point.
They called it a double.
A double contact, so as Ducey goes to it. Gilliland killing the ball on the far end. Gives it a 24-17, still set point as Cron comes to serve the ball. Bluefield really needing to strategize here in order to win this third set of play to go on to number 4. Here's Cron to Watcott, giving it to Wells. Killing it again. Flores not getting to the ball in time, 24-18, still set point. However, Bluefield needs to get that extra one. Cron to Lewis, Watcott. Too hot from Grajeda, 24-19. Just win the last point already. The suspense is killing me.
Yeah.
As Watcott comes up, Wells. Gilliland on the end. Watcott to Wells killing the ball, and that is set number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Bluefield University leading now 25-19 as they go into set number 4. Bluefield also leading 2-1. So we'll be back in just a few minutes, but first we want to thank some of our sponsors. Since 1989, Black Tie Charters has provided exceptional service to its clients. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. Gigabeam Networks provides internet at speeds faster than cable and DSL. The Rams go further with Gigabeam Networks. Duchess Dairy produces whole 2% chocolate milk and drinkable yogurt at their plant in the heart of Rural Retreat, Virginia. Duchess Dairy, the Rams' choice for milk. And Jackson, I have to catch my breath, man. This was just a suspenseful.
Well, I don't know if it was as suspenseful as we thought. Of course, the Rams were consistently up by 6 or more points. As much as it got kind of iffy there in the end when they got to our final one, but overall that's a good set. It shows that the Rams have a little bit to work on, but still winning by 6 points is still pretty good. As we cut to break, we'll be back here in a minute 37 on the Rams Digital Sports Network.
Where's it taking you? Because true vision is seeing what could be, contending with the status quo. It's taking what shapes you and using it to shape the world. It's the higher calling from the one who calls you his own. The higher vision, where visionaries are made. It's taking the higher road to a higher education. It's about discovering what God's placed inside of you is exactly what you need. It's knowing that to lead is to serve. And a life poured out is a life full and meaningful. So go. Go beyond the normal. Go stronger than before. Go make your mark. Make your impact. Go further.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for set number 4. If you're just now joining us, the Bluefield University Rams currently lead 2-1. Ethan, set number 2 was very scary for our Rams. We were down 9-2 at one point, and then eventually coming within 4. But they kind of pulled away at the very end, ended up winning that set 25-21. But the end of that last set was extremely exciting. That's the Rams we want to see going out throughout the rest of this week. They've got 2 more games at home, and they've just got to show up and show out before they go on the road to play Truett next week.
And you also have people like Sotomayor and Wells who just showed up and showed out that last set.
As that serve was by Flores. Back to Flores. Walcott. Wells blocked. Hit a little too hard by Flickinger as the first point of the entire match, first set, goes to the Rams. Wells back to serve. She dribbles the ball. Here's a serve.
Ooh.
Service error. Possession goes back to the Knights.
That's the first time I've seen one of those high balls actually go into the net like that.
It definitely is, as number 2, Crusser, goes back to serve. She served quite a bit today as it goes from left to right, right to Flores. Set by Walcott. Sotomayor as it drops right in. They're unable to get it. And the point goes to Bluefield. That was very much on the corner. I could see that they were not a little too happy. I didn't actually get to see if the man got to pull his flag or if the ladies had contact with it, as Georgia Lewis, the Myrtle Beach native, is back to serve. Flickinger. Shaw Mendoza not there to get it. Drops in by Wells for another kill. I wouldn't know if that was 100% her or if Grajeda got a hand on it, but man, that's exciting as we have another serve by Georgia Lewis. Flickinger, Upshaw Mendoza. Jessica Wells right to Crone. Lewis. Wells drops it right in for another kill here in set number 4.
This is the killer, I'm telling you.
She is definitely the kill leader for the Rams, probably doing a lot more than Flores has done in this match. As that serve for Lewis, right in bounds, and an ace! A service ace for Miss Georgia Lewis here.
And right on the line, too, so definitely one of those line plays that we really like to see.
Here's the serve. Flickinger. Upshaw Mendoza. Flores getting a piece of it. Dropped in by Grajeda. Flickinger. Mendoza as it drops right in by Sotomayor for another point as the Rams go up 6-1 in set number 4. And I know, Ethan, we've constantly talked about we don't like to see that, or that's not a great start. This is a great start to set number 4, as here's the serve from Lewis.
It's a darn good one at that.
Upshaw Mendoza taking it over. Big hit by Lauren Sotomayor as the AAE Attacker of the Week shows why she got that weekly honor with that awesome attack.
She's great at the block, she's great at the spike, she's great at everything.
Georgia Lewis over by Crone. Flickinger, Upshaw Mendoza, Flores under it. Lewis hits it over, right to Cron. Almost there, still keeping it up and alive, but it goes out of bounds. Wow, that was still a great save by the Rams, although it was hit a little too much. It goes out of bounds as Flickinger goes back to serve here in set number 4. Here's the serve. Flores. Sotomayor. Flickinger. Upshaw Mendoza. Flores there. Wells. Hit right back over. Walcott. Flores. Tops off the fingers of number 18, Morris. And goes out of bounds for another point for the Rams as they go up 8-2 in set number 4, as Jessica Wells is now tying her shoes.
Looks like Ducey's back in the game.
Yes, Sarah Ducey, the Lakeland Christian alum, back to serve. Big server for the Rams, although she did catch a service there earlier. As Flickinger drops right out of bounds That was pretty close to the line, Ethan.
Very close, and like I said, it's those close calls that really make a difference.
Ducey back to serve once again. Flickinger. Dropped right to Lewis. Get in, and it's inbounds for a kill by Leslie Flores, the South Charleston native, as Ducey goes back to serve, but they're actually going to take a timeout as the Rams go up 10-2 here in set number 4. If you're just now joining us, the Rams currently lead 2-1, and we're going to thank a couple of our sponsors. Since 1989, Black Tie Charters provided exceptional service to its clients. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. Dutchess Dairy produces whole 2% chocolate milk and drinkable yogurt at the plant in the heart of rural Retreat, Virginia. Dutchess Dairy, the Rams' choice for milk. Wow, this has just been a phenomenal job. Who are you waving at, Ethan?
Oh, I was waving at Linda Flowers down there in the audience. She had commented to me earlier as we passed in the hallway that she had saw me up here on the headset.
And you know what? We see them all the time at the East River Soccer Complex when they walk back and forth. And this has been an exciting set, as exciting as a 10-2 lead can get. But we're here to resume play in about 10 seconds. Probably before that, they tend to cut the clock as they walk out. Still the same. As Ducey is back to serve. Here's a serve. Flickinger. Almost dropped in. Grajeda, as she gets the kill, as another kill goes on to that leaderboard.
They're definitely hitting the sweet spots in the corners and on the lines, but this team has really stepped up the game as they're up by 9.
As here's a serve by Ducey. Almost curved in. Point to the Rams as it's
I believe that was a net
down.
violation.
As she went over the net. As that almost is a service error, but drops right in. Cron getting under it. Upshaw Mendoza. Lewis saving it on the corner. Cron, Flickinger, hit over. Lewis there to save it again. Flores, as the point goes to the Knights for a net violation. Rams still up 12-3 in set number 4, looking to end it here early. As Upshaw Mendoza is up to serve. Watcott. Wells, it hits off the fingers of Flickinger, and another point for the Rams. The Rams go up 10 points here in set number 4. Cassidy Brown back to serve. Dribbles the ball. Here's a serve right to Cron. Almost miscommunication there, hit over by Upshaw Mendoza. Watcott drops it in, and she gets a kill of her own. Wow.
Watcott definitely having some success with the overpass. This is probably one of the biggest leads Bluefield has had since set number 1.
As Watcott showed why she got setter of the week twice this year in week 1 and week 4, as the Rams stay in front of it, but the point goes to the Rams. Cassidy Brown back to serve. Right over to Cron. Cron sets it. Another set. As it's dropped over a little too hard. Point Rams as the Rams go up 13 here with Cassidy Brown back to serve. Cassidy Brown out of Afton, Tennessee, transferred from Hiawassee College with the service error. As possession goes back to the Knights, and Hannah Cron is back to serve. Here's a serve. Watcott dropped in by Flores, still able to stay under it. Walcott. Is it dropped in by Flores? Upshot Mendoza still keeping it alive. Ducey over by Brown. Upshot Mendoza as it drops right in by Grajeda, and another point goes on the board. Rams up 17-4 here.
That sort of
set
mimics
number
the Jessica Wells a little bit when she just casually just drops it in there where no one's looking.
And this is why this team is extremely great together. I talked to a couple of the girls and how they love how they're so a different team, although they have most of the same players, excluding Lewis and Sotomayor. But those two actually are kind of the rest of the pieces to this puzzle of a really great team, as Allie Hawkins, the Branson, Missouri native, is back to serve. Upshot Mendoza, Flickinger, and over Brown, Walcott, Flores, inbounds for another kill on it. Now I think Flores heard us up here in the booth, because I'm pretty sure she knows that we said something about how Wells was running away with it in the short time she was already on the court. Now Flores is kind of slacking here in the leaderboard count as the serve goes over. Flickinger hit over, hit a little too hard on the line. Point Rams as they go up 19-4.
This is a substantial lead.
I believe that was a timeout for the Rams as we take a short break. We're going to thank a couple of our sponsors. Society 84 Swope Construction has led the way in innovative construction design consulting in the two Virginias. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of the Bluefield University Athletics. The Grind 103 Spring Street looks to offer regional flavors while also employing a unique culture. Watch the Coaches Show every Monday night at 7 o'clock exclusively at The Grind. And if you don't know, you can actually catch anything you missed in podcast form. Of course, you can watch the video form on YouTube, but now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, along with Beyond the Ram, as we showed a clip earlier in the session about how this team is doing this week and how they felt about last week as Hawkins goes back to serve as we're about to resume play in the final stretch of set number 4. Ethan, this is the team that we've been talking about constantly, how they show up and show out as it goes to Upshot Mendoza. Right to the Branson, Missouri native. It tapes off her fingers, but like I said, Ethan, this is the team we've been talking about constantly.
And yeah, it's shown, and they've capitalized on the other team's errors more so, which I think is a great reason why they're up by this much. About 20 points?
14.
Up,
over by Flores, double by Cron as the points go to Bluefield. And as Watcott, the AAC Sarah of the Week, twice is up as our sweat sweeper comes out for quick set. And the Rams have quite a handedly lead here in set number 4 as we resume play. Here's the serve. As it drops right in, Flickinger over the back of her as that ace goes in favor of the Rams.
went barely over the net, though, so it was a very big,
But the closest player to it had her back to the net. As they're still keeping it alive, almost over. Sotomayor drops it in on the corner and another kill as the Rams are 3 points away from closing this one early in 4 sets.
And dare I say, it's by a larger margin than the first set.
Definitely. As it drops right over. Cron hitting it over. Sotomayor drops it right in for another kill as they come within 2 here in set number 4. Aubrey Watcott back to serve. Hit over. And deemed inbounds for another point and match point for the Rams. Aubrey Watcott back to serve. You can see everyone in the crowd holding up number ones as here's the serve. Cron keeping in bounds as it's hit over, looking to keep their dreams alive. And then dropped right in by Rexloff, and there goes the match for the Rams. Ethan, this was quite a showing by both teams. KCU coming into this match 1-8, but still able to catch a set on the Rams. Ethan, what do you think about this match?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, this is a larger margin than the first set. This tells you how much they fought. It tells you how much that they've capitalized, how much they've probably listened to me pander up here for a little bit, as loud as I've been getting, and as excited as I've been getting. But you know what? I believe totally this team, now with what, win number 5? 4?
4.
Win number 4?
Win streak and number 4.
Streak. As, KCU goes now 1-9, and Bluefield University now goes 8-6 on a winning season.
Definitely, Ethan. And, of course, we just had Dr. Flowers give a little bit of a prayer as KCU makes the long trek back to Kentucky. And we're going to take a quick break, but don't leave. We've got Coach Gallimore and Ethan Stinson with a post-interview as he talks to us a little bit about what this win meant. How did this game fold out? As we'll be back here in a minute 37.
You say you have vision. But where's it taking you? Because true vision is seeing what could be, contending with the status quo. It's taking what shapes you and using it to shape the world. It's the higher calling from the one who calls you his own. The higher vision, where visionaries are made. It's taking the higher road to a higher education. It's about discovering what God's placed inside of you is exactly what you need. It's knowing that to lead is to serve, and a life poured out is a life full and meaningful. So go. Go beyond the normal. Go stronger than before. Go make your mark. Make your impact. Go further.
Well, here we are, 3-1 in favor of Bluefield University as they win in a four-setter, and the fourth set being their best yet. Right now I'm talking with head coach Buddy Gallimore. And Coach, what did you like about the game?
I think we responded to them winning that second set. I've preached since conference season started, talking about mental toughness, and we had a little mental lapse there in that second set and a little bit of the third, but they had came back, and I was proud of them for that, and that's a little growth that we had tonight.
So this 4-game win streak obviously is music to your ears in this program. Tell me how this momentum is going to carry you into Thursday's contest.
Well, Thursday is a non-conference, but we're still facing a pretty good team in Carolina University, and so we can't have any mental lapses. They're well coached. They've got some athletes on the team. I've seen a little bit of video on them already, and we've got to come out ready.
Definitely one player that really, or a couple of players that really stood out three in tonight's contest was namely Sotomayor, Flores, and Wells in particular, and Watcott, the unsung hero for just being an impeccable setter. And just tell me how that chemistry drives the team.
Well, with Lauren, we're just going to get 100% out of her every time. She is nothing but energy and positivity, and she really gets after it every single point. With Aubrey, she's just the one setting the table. She's doing a great job of putting our attackers in places where they can get kills, and that's all we can do that all she can do as a setter. And then it's up to our attackers to put them away, and Jessica and Leslie and Lauren are all three doing that.
All right, well, Coach, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Rams.
Go Rams. And just a reminder, the next match is going to be this Thursday on the Rams Digital Sports Network at 6:30. That's when the first serve is going to be, and it's, again, against Carolina University. Special thanks to our producer and my co-announcer, Jackson Bast, statisticians Jacob Key, and most importantly, you all for tuning in today. So until next time, from Jackson Bast, Ethan Stinson, and us at the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the Rams win 3-1, we say, take it easy, Rams fans.
Thanks, guys.